One bad Google review can cost you thousands in sales. And sometimes it's not even a real customer. Whether it's a competitor playing dirty or just a real customer that just had an awful day, I'm going to show you exactly how you can remove negative reviews. I'll show you 5 different ways to get this review removed. And at the end, I'll give you a bonus tip to show you whether this review is fake or not. And I can almost guarantee that you've never heard about one of these methods. So method 1 is actually just reporting the review directly from your Google Business Profile listing. This is probably the most common because you can just see it right in the review. So if you go to your Google Business Profile and you scroll to find the review you want to report, you can just click on these 3 dots right here and click on Report Review. Then it's going to prompt you to choose why you should report this review. What I recommend is if the review doesn't fall into a very specific category here, just report it as off topic. For some reason, it seems like reviews are more likely to be removed, in my experience, when you just report it as off topic unless it's very specific to one of the other options. So one example would be spam. Is it a fake review, a fake account? I can show you how to check on that later. The next one is conflict of interest. This is like if this is a competitor reporting it. The third is profanity, if they use profanity in the review. Those are normally pretty easily removed. The next is bullying and harassment, attacking somebody specific. So let's say that somebody came after one of your technicians or one of your employees specifically about the way they looked, the way they dressed, whatever. That can get removed. Discrimination or hate speech, that's pretty self-explanatory. Personal information. So this is a big one for certain businesses who might go to people's homes and they might share their address, or like property management companies. A lot of times people will leave a negative review and they'll leave the specific address of the place they stayed because they're like, don't go to this place. But that is technically considered personal information, so it's actually pretty easy to get those removed. The last one I would really never recommend doing, but it just says this review is not helpful. In this case, this review wasn't even related to a work that this company did, so I'm just going to report it as off topic and submit. And then Google should send you an email in the next couple days based off their decision. So the second step is going to Google's review management tool. This came out in the last couple years, and it gives you a little bit more control of reporting the review and also potentially appealing their decision if they don't remove it. So you just want to go ahead and select the Google Business Profile that you manage. This link is kind of hard to find, so I'll try to have it linked down below, but it's just support.google.com/business/workflow. And then a bunch of random numbers, but we'll just link it down below. So select a business that has the negative review, click on continue. If you can't find your business there, it's probably because you're logged on with an email that doesn't manage your Google Business Profile. Once you select the business, it's going to take you to this page where it's going to ask whether you want to report a new review or you want to check the status of a review you've already reported. So we want to report a new review and we want to continue. And then you can find the review, you can sort it by 1 stars, and then we go ahead and click on report review. Takes you pretty much to the same space as before. And now after you report the review that way, it takes us to our third step, which is now you can appeal any decisions Google's already made and add more context. So we go back to the link that I linked down below. You choose the business, you click on continue, and now we're going to select check the status of a review you've already reported. From there you continue, and then you'll be able to see all the reviews you've already reported. So there's 3 different statuses. There's decision pending, there's no policy violation, meaning that they made their decision, it doesn't violate their policy, and then there's an escalated status, which means just check your email, they'll let you know. Once the decision is made, you can go ahead and click on appeal eligible reviews, continue, and you can appeal the review they made a decision on, continue. Once you select the review you want to appeal, you can just click on submit and appeal, and now you're able to add more context and really explain to Google why this is a fake review. So this is kind of the big issue with reporting the review directly from the listing, is that you don't have anywhere to explain yourself and say, hey, this is a competitor, or hey, we never worked with this guy, or hey, this is a fake review, or hey, I'm getting attacked by negative reviews out of the blue. On this appeal, you want to type in kind of what category you think it falls under. So this is that off-topic, harassment, hate speech, that sort of stuff. Add your context, submit any files to substantiate the fact that, hey, this is a fake review, this review should be removed, and then click on submit. Once again, Google's going to take 3 to 5 business days to kind of get back to you. You should check your email and you should see an answer within your email. In my experience, reporting the review and then submitting the appeal has been the most effective. Unfortunately, it's still not a 100% success rate, which leads us to our 4th thing, which is a 100% success rate, and that is calling the customer. So I know this doesn't apply if it's a fake review or someone you didn't work with, but even if it's a competitor, if you have a phone number, you have their email, you have a way to get in touch, call them, talk to them, work it out. The only surefire way, 100% foolproof to get this review removed, is to send that review link back to the person that already left a negative review through that email, and they click on that link and then it pops open their 1-star review. And they can just change it to a 5-star review, they can remove it, they can do anything you want to do. But if you can talk it out and hopefully diffuse the situation, that is the surefire way to get a review removed. And if you don't know how to find the link or do it, you can see, just go to the Google Business Profile, click on your review, and you just click on delete review. And the fifth way, and the way you've probably never heard of, is posting this in the Google Business Profile support community and hopefully getting one of their moderators to escalate your request and help get that review removed. So when you submit an appeal saying that this review should be removed, it's going to give you a case ID. You want to make sure you screenshot that, you save it somewhere, because when you come to the Google Business Profile support community, you want to go to this link right here. It's support.google.com/business/community. I can link it down below as well. But then you click on post a question right here, and then you're able to do a short summary of what you're trying to address, and you can paste in your related case ID there. That's going to help the moderators escalate this for you and hopefully get the review removed. Remember, these are moderators. They're not employees of Google, so try and be nice. You can add additional content here. Once you try and submit it, they're going to try and take you to all these articles to try and help you out without communicating with anybody. But just push through, confirm, and post, and hopefully someone in the community will help you out. My final bonus tip here is to help you figure out whether this is a fake review from a fake account and how to do that. So the first thing I would do to figure out whether the review is fake is click on the reviewer's profile. So if we open up this profile, you can see this is a fake review we got on Review Harvest. It was just somebody promoting their private chef service. And here you're able to see their profile photo, you're able to see their review history, so where they're normally leaving reviews, how many reviews they've left. We can see here they have uploaded a bunch of photos to their own Google Business Profile. They've only left one review though. A lot of times these fake profiles will just have like an L or a T for like their name as their profile photo, but sometimes it might be faces, but you're still suspect like, hey, is this a real person or not? What you can do, click on the profile photo, open the image in a new tab. When you do that, it's gonna be really small, but at the end of the URL here, what you're able to do is you can just change this. See how it says width 144? Just change that width to like 600 and then remove the rest of the URL, and it kind of blows it up a little bit bigger so you can see it. And once you look at it, it might be like an AI generated image or something like that. You can tell if they only have like one review or if they've been leaving reviews all across the world, right? Sometimes you'll see, like you'll zoom out and you'll see that they're leaving reviews in America and Canada and Mexico, and maybe they travel a lot, but if you look at the timeline of the reviews, if they left all those reviews in a week, it wasn't like you were in Mexico, Canada, and the US all in a week, right? And so those are a couple different ways you can see. Honestly, you'll just get a vibe for it, and you'll look at the reviews and you're like, this looks AI generated, or this is the same thing over and over again, copy and paste. So just clicking on that profile is a good way to tell whether this person is a fake reviewer or not. And lastly, I just wanted to close out with all consumer research points to like a 4.8 star rating being the most convincing star rating, right? When you do only have 5-star reviews, there's a certain percentage of consumers whose guards go up and like, oh, something fishy is going on here. And so a couple negative reviews can add validity to all your other positive reviews because it shows the potential customers that it's possible for you to actually get a negative review, right? So it makes all those other reviews more legit and more trustworthy. And also it gives you as the business owner to show these potential customers how you handle conflict, right? If you get a negative review and then you rattle back off curse words at them and tell them how stupid they are, that's a bad look for the business. They're probably not going to want to work with you. But if this customer had a bad experience, left a 1-star review, and your answer is, hey, let's make this right. Here's our number. Please call our staff. We want to make sure you get situated, and we do everything we can to make you a happy customer. You want to respond to the potential customer reading the review. So what does that potential customer want to hear? They want to hear that they're going to get taken care of. If things go south, they're still going to be taken care of because you care as a business owner. So make sure you respond thoughtfully. Maybe take 24 hours to cool off after a negative review. I know they are frustrating. But honestly, one of the easiest ways to not have to worry about negative reviews is to flood your profile with hundreds and hundreds of positive reviews. And that's what we at Review Harvest do for local business owners. We love to help you get some more Google reviews. We know that 99.9% of your customers are more than happy, but they're just not leaving reviews. And unfortunately, it's the 0.1%, the negative customers that are leaving the reviews. So it's our job to make it easy for all your customers to leave your review. Most of our users double their reviews just within a couple months, and it's free to get started. And a story just to drive this point home, I've got a client that's now become a good friend of mine, and he owns a water filtration company. And before he started with us, he would get negative customers leaving a 1-star review, and he would go do massive refunds and go do the job again and give them free stuff. And it would cost his company thousands of dollars. But after working with Review Harvest, we've been able to take him from about 100 reviews to now 588 reviews. And so now a 1-star review doesn't do anything to his rating. It doesn't drop him down below 4.9. He doesn't have to worry about it because we've created so much of a buffer, and we're so good at getting all his happy customers to leave a review as well. So if you want to get started with Review Harvest, feel free to click the link down below in the description. It only takes about 10 minutes to set up. It's a set it, forget it software. You set it up once and you never have to worry about it. We get your reviews, we respond to the reviews, and we repurpose those reviews for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need some more one-on-one support on your Google Business Profile, feel free to join our free community down below. That's what that community is all about. It's all about Google Business Profiles. We have weekly coaching calls. I'd love to help you out. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll enjoy the next one.